I was 12 years old when Mr. Thompson, tall as a lamppost and lanky as a question mark, did something that changed my life forever. He wheeled in one of those big gray TV carts to our 7th grade English class at Princeton Junior High, popped in a VHS, hit play, and said, "Class, we're watching this today." It had nothing to do with grammar, nothing to do with Shakespeare, just Mulder and Scully walking through the Oregon rain while that whistle haunted the hallway speakers. That was the day the seed got planted. And every Sunday night after that, my dad and I watched on the same couch, waiting for the next "The Truth Is Out There" to flash across the screen. We didn't know it then, but we were training for this exact moment. Welcome back to Chasing Shadows. I am Mark Miners, and tonight there is no debate. There's no debunk this. Tonight we speak like the secret's already out. Because for some of us, raised on grainy FBI files, cigarette-smoking men, and little gray bodies in freezers, it's been out since 1993. Let's start where it really started for a lot of us. Roswell, July 1947. A rancher named Mac Brazel finds impossible debris scattered across the New Mexico desert. Metal that flows like liquid but snaps back into shape. Beams covered in symbols that look like hieroglyphs, but not from any Earth civilization. The Army Air Force rolls in fast. The first press release in history, RAAF, captures flying disc. 24 hours later, oops, that was just a weather balloon. That was the opening lie in an 80-year blackout. They've changed the story 3 times since. Project Mogul. Crash test dummies from the future. Every new explanation is more insulting than the last. But the deathbed confessions never changed. Jesse Marcel, Walter Haut, Sheridan Cavett, all saying the same thing before they left this planet. It wasn't ours, and it sure as hell wasn't Russian. That show Mr. Thompson put on didn't just entertain us. It was a weekly reminder that the government lies, that the skies are watched, and that 2 agents with flashlights and too much coffee might be the only honest people in Washington. My dad and I never missed an episode. When the credits rolled, we'd just look at each other and say, "Wow." 2017, New York Times drops the Tic Tac bombshell. 2021, Pentagon says some objects defy explanation. 2023, David Grush under oath said, "We have recovered non-human biologics." 2024, Lue Elizondo says some of them aren't friendly. And in 2025, NASA starts talking about anomalies on the moon and Mars. That slow drip just turned into a fire hose. And here we are, the ones who never blinked, the ones called crazy at Thanksgiving. This episode is for you. We are Patient Zero. Picture tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. The president walks out. Behind him, a gurney with a sheet. They pull the sheet back. 4-foot body, big black eyes, skin like ash. And the only words out of his mouth are Roswell, 1947. We've kept this quiet long enough. Some of you would scream. Some of you might cry. Most of you will just nod and whisper that it's about damn time. Disclosure isn't the finish line. It's the starting gun. On day 1, markets might crash. Day 2, every religion issues a statement. Day 3, the real leaks would start. The live ones. The treaties. The underground bases. By week 2, half the planet is praying. The other half is in the garage trying to weld titanium to a Tesla coil. We'll be the calmest in the room, though, because we've had 7 decades to rehearse this conversation. 4 days ago, Dan Farah's documentary, The Age of Disclosure, hit Amazon Prime like a meteor. Narrated by Lue Elizondo. 34 current and former insiders. No more whispering. They confirmed Roswell debris went to Wright-Patterson. Then the bodies and memory metal got shipped to the freezer at Dugway. They say Russia pulled a full saucer out of Siberia in 1989. Bigger, intact, humming with tech that makes our stealth look like paper airplanes. Marco Rubio said on camera, "My biggest fear isn't little green men. It's China or Russia figuring this out first." Cue it up tonight, especially the 47-minute mark. It'll make the hair on your neck stand up and remind you why we never wavered. Two places keep coming up when the insiders finally talk. First, the one everyone knows, Area 51, Groom Lake, Dreamland. The one Bob Lazar put on the map. The X-Files turned into a weekly punchline, and every tourist taking selfies on the extraterrestrial highway. Pop culture ground zero. Here's the part they never say out loud. Area 51 was the decoy. Sure, they tested stealth jets and drones there. But the stuff that actually bled in 1947, it didn't stay in Nevada long. It got boxed up, put on ice, literally, and flown to a place the public barely knows exists. Dugway Proving Grounds. 120,000 acres of Utah desert and mountain walls. Built in 1942 to brew chemicals and biological horrors. Refrigerated bunkers designed to survive the apocalypse. Security's so tight, most presidents don't get the full tour. The insiders call it the freezer. Gersh said it under oath. Elizondo repeats it in the new documentary. Multiple voices in the age of disclosure state it plain. Roswell bodies and craft are still cataloged in the underground vaults at Dugway right now. Area 51 got the Hollywood lights and the gift shop. Dugway got the corpses. One's a circus, the other's a tomb. 32 years after Mr. Thompson hit play on that VHS in a Cincinnati suburb, we have the former head of the Pentagon's UFO program narrating a film that reads like the series Bible for the X-Files Season 12. If you would have told 12-year-old me that one day all of this would come true, I would have just smiled and said, yeah, I knew it. And hey, Mr. Thompson, thanks for the heads up. When that day finally comes, when they wheel out the body and the world loses its mind, I'm going to do three things. First, I'm going to call my dad. Second, I'm going to watch the pilot episode of The X-Files one more time. Because Fox Mulder was right. The truth was out there. We just had to live long enough to see it land on the 6 o'clock news. And third, I'm going to release every episode of Chasing Shadows with a brand new forward intro. I want to believe. And now the whole world finally does. Until that day, keep your flashlight charged, your VHS tapes labeled, and keep watching the skies. Because the next time you hear that whistle, it might not be Mark Snow. It might be the real thing. That is it for the show tonight. This is Chasing Shadows, the podcast. I am Mark Miners. Good night. And good night to you, Agent Mulder, wherever you are. The truth is out there, and it's coming home.